Okay, hi, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name's Kirsten. I come on here to talk about pop culture, and today I want to discuss Taylor actually being able to buy back her masters. This is actually a massive deal to me, so I want to sit and talk about it. I do want to preface this will probably be a little bit shorter than my normal video essay because I'm in the middle of exams, and this happened yesterday, so I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. I have, however, previously done a video on the Taylor's version re-recording process, so if you want to go and watch that, you can. So to give a bit of background, in 2019, Taylor's record label at the time, which was Big Machine Records, which was owned by Scott Borchetta, sold their entire catalogue, including the masters to Taylor's first six albums, and they were purchased by Scooter Braun. Now, Taylor and Scooter had previously kind of hated each other. That was already an ongoing thing, and there was a lot of drama surrounding how Taylor was told that her masters were sold. She basically wasn't. She found out when the rest of the media found out, which is very questionable. Now, in 2020, Scooter Braun actually sold Taylor's masters to Shamrock Holdings for 420 million US dollars. So going back a tiny bit to when Taylor first found out her albums had been sold away from her, Taylor actually said that she would re-record her albums so that she could have control over her music.
Since you went there, this is something that is very important to you, and you've also said that you're planning on re-recording some of your music. Is that true? Wait a minute. Are you going to do that?
Yeah, that's true, and it's something that I'm very excited about doing because my contract says that starting November 2020, so next year, I can record albums 1 through 5 all over again. So,
And you'll do that.
I'm very excited about it because
Why is this so important to you?
I think that artists deserve to own their work. I just feel very passionately about that.
Now, Taylor has always said that the Taylor's Version project was a passion project and it was there so that she could control her own music. However, although this was a passion project about her owning her masters, this also ended up devaluing the original masters, meaning that Shamrock Holdings were not making pretty much any money off of these masters anymore. There are two main reasons why Shamrock Holdings were struggling to make any money off of the original masters because of the re-records. The first reason being licensing. If a production company are going to go to Shamrock Holdings to request to use the original masters of Taylor's music, they then have to go to the copyright holders. Now, because Taylor writes and produces most of her music, Taylor owns the copyright to pretty much all of her music. Because of this, Shamrock Holdings would have to go to Taylor and her team, and obviously they're not going to let them when there's a new version that Taylor actually owns, and therefore they were pretty much unable to license any of Taylor's original music out. So the second reason they were unable to make any money is due to the streaming and the overall purchasing of Taylor's version. A lot of people, when you went to go and listen to 1989, you automatically just put Taylor's version on because she owns it, and therefore that's the version you're going to put on. Over time, people were just listening to the original recordings less and less. Streaming services were actually pushing Taylor's version rather than the original version because they want to be on good terms with Taylor and her team. Therefore, the OG versions weren't being streamed very much and they weren't being purchased very much. So on May 30th, Taylor announced via an Instagram post and a letter on her website that she had actually been able to repurchase the masters to her own music. This now means she has full control over her entire catalogue, and she also confirmed in this letter that this includes her tour films, unreleased songs, and live recordings. In this letter, she also touched on, of course, Reputation Taylor's version, claiming that she wasn't even a quarter done re-recording it and felt like she couldn't make it any better. However, she did state that the vault tracks were complete and may be released in the future. Along with this, she did confirm, however, that debut Taylor's version was complete and is likely to be released at some point in the future, and that she is insanely proud of the re-recording process.